Welcome to Joey's Dynamic Programming tutorial. In this video, you will learn an awesome problem, count number of teams, and this video is also a part of the LeetCode series. Count number of teams is a different type of problem, and once you learn it by watching this video, you will open another dimension of solving complex TP problems in your mind. Let's first start with understanding the problem statement of count a number of teams. N soldiers are standing in a line and each of them has been assigned a unique rating. You need to create a team of 3 soldiers from these N soldiers such that their ratings are in either complete ascending order or descending order. So if the soldiers are I, J and K, then rating of I should be greater than the rating of J and rating of J should be greater than the rating of K, or the rating of K should be greater than the rating of J and the rating of J should be greater than that of I. The final ask of this problem is to find out how many such teams can be created based on the condition given above. As an example, if you have the array of ratings of 5 soldiers as this over here, then the teams which can be formed are 531, 541 and 234. You can check that each of these teams is satisfying the condition. Now let's solve this problem using the dynamic programming approach, but before that I want you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, because that way you will get notified whenever I release new videos like this in the future. You see, the condition says that the teams can have ratings in either ascending order or descending order. This clicks to me as a problem, the solution of which will require 2 arrays. I have put down the problem array here that we'll work upon. Beneath it, I have 2 more arrays. One is addressed by left and another by right. So the left array will store the number of ratings less than any particular rating on the left hand side. Similarly, the right array will store the number of ratings less than any particular rating on the right hand side. We will make use of 2 variables I and j, with I starting at index 1 and j from index 0. Variable j will move towards I. I will make use of a variable named count that will help me enormously in finding the solutions. Basically, it will keep a track of the number of ratings less than the current rating on the left as well as on the right. Initially, I will fill both the arrays, that means the left and the right array over here, with zeros. So j represents 2 and I represents 5. Is 5 greater than 2? Yes, it is. So I will increment the count variable by 1 because we got one rating on the left that is less than the current rating, which is 5. Thus I populate the value of count in this cell of the left array and clear the count variable. Now I moves one cell to the right. J goes back to 0. We have 3 and 2 here. 3 is greater than 2. So count increments by 1. Now J moves ahead and represents 5. Is 3 greater than 5? No. So count variable stays the same, and since J has completed all its iterations, hence I populate the value of count in this cell and clear the count variable. Now I moves one cell to the right and J goes back to its base position. J now represents 2 and I represents 4. Is 4 greater than 2? Yes, it is. So count variable gets incremented by 1. That means we have got one rating on the left that is less than the current rating. J moves one cell to the right. Here we have 5. Is 4 greater than 5? No. So count variable stays the same and J moves one cell to the right. Over here, is 4 greater than 3? Yes, it is. Now, since we have got the second rating which is less than the current rating on the left, hence this count variable increases by 1 and it becomes 2. I am going to populate the value 2 in this cell because J has completed all its iterations. Now J goes back to its base position and I moves to the final cell of the problem array. The value over here is 1. I represents 1 and j represents 2. Let me first clear the count variable 2. Now, is 1 greater than 2? No, it is not. So this variable stays as it is. The default value is 0, and it is obvious, that is why I didn't write it in the previous cases. Now j moves one cell to the right. Here the value is 5. Is 1 greater than 5? No. So this variable stays 0. J moves one cell to the right again. Here we have 3. Is 1 greater than 3? No. So count variable stays 0. And j moves one cell to the right again. Here we have 4. Is 1 greater than 4? No. So this variable stays as it is. Now the value here is already 0, so no need to populate 0 over here. Alright, so we have filled the left array. Now we will fill the right array. So for any current rating, we are going to determine how many ratings on the right of it are lesser than it. Let's do that. Since we are filling the right array, hence the two variables will now be moving in the left direction. So I will be moving in the left, and j's base position will be the last cell of the problem array, and it will continue moving towards I in the left direction. Currently I represents 4 and j represents 1. So is 4 greater than 1? Yes, it is. So we are going to increment the count variable by 1. Now since j has completed its only iteration, hence what I'm going to do, I'm going to populate the value of count variable in here. Now I am reiterating that this cell represents, for the current rating, how many ratings exist on the right hand side that are less than this rating. So there is only one rating, 1, hence the value 1 in this cell. Now I moves one cell to the left, and j is already at its base position. Let me clear the count variable over here. Okay, so I represents 3 and j represents 1. Is 3 greater than 1? Yes, it is. So the count variable increases by 1. J moves one cell to the left. Is 3 greater than 4? No. So the count variable stays as it is. And since j has completed all its iterations, so I am going to populate 1 in this cell. And this count variable now gets cleared up. J goes back to its base position, and I moves one cell to the left. Here I have 5. I represents 5. Is 5 greater than 1? Yes, it is. So count variable gets incremented by 1. Now j moves one cell to the left. Here I represents 5, j represents 4. Is 5 greater than 4? Yes, it is. So count variable increments by 1. So it becomes 2. Now j goes one cell to the left. Here I represents 5 and j represents 3. So is 5 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So this 2 gets incremented to 3. Now since j has completed all of its iterations, I am going to populate the value 3 in here. So as you can see, for the current rating, which is 5, we have 3 ratings which are less than 5 on the right hand side. Now let me clear this count variable first, and I moves to the last cell, or should I say first cell, or I would say last cell from the right hand side, and j goes back to its base position. Now I represents 2 and j represents 1. So is 2 greater than 1? Yes, it is. So the count variable increases by 1. J moves one cell to the left. So is 2 greater than 4? No. So count variable stays the same. J moves one cell to the left. Is 2 greater than 3? No. So count variable stays the same. J again moves. Is 2 greater than 5? No. So the count variable stays as it is, and I populate 1 in the last cell. Now we have both the arrays filled completely. Let's analyze the value of this cell for the purpose of brainstorming. The value here is 2 and the rating of this soldier is 4 in the problem array. Now when I compare 4 with the rating that is previous to it, and in this case it is 3, I find that 4 is greater than 3. Let's check the value of the cell in the left array for this rating 3. The value here is 1, which means that there is one rating that is less than 3 on the left hand side in the array. By eyeballing, we find it to be 2. So when 4 is greater than 3 and this cell suggests that there is one rating before 3 which is less than 3, we can conclude that we have got the first team for which 4 is greater than 3 and 3 is greater than 2, satisfying our condition. You should pay attention at how dynamic programming is in motion here. We deduced our answer from the value of the previous cell. Alright, this was an example to explain the logic to you. I'll start one more variable here that would keep the count of the eligible teams. We will now loop through these two arrays using the same two variables approach to determine the number of teams that are exercising the conditions discussed in the problem. Alright, so here we have I and here we have j again. I represents 5 and j represents 2. Is 5 greater than 2? Yes, it is. Now what is the value here in the corresponding cell of the left array? The value is 0 over here. So let's add this 0 value to the rest variable. Since the value here is 0, that means there is nothing on the left hand side of 2, so it won't affect our result. Alright, so let's add 0 to this variable because the algorithm will be doing it whenever it finds I greater than j. Alright, now I moves one cell to the right. J is already at its base position. So is 3 greater than 2? Yes, it is. So I am going to add this 0 again to this variable res. But it's not going to affect our result in any way because we have nothing on the left hand side of 2. Do remember the logic I explained moments ago. Now j moves one cell to the right. Is 3 greater than 5? No. Then nothing happens. I moves one cell to the right and j goes back to its base position. Now is 4 greater than 2? Yes, it is. So again we'll be adding this value to our rest variable. It is not going to affect the value of the rest variable because still we are adding 0 to the value of rest variable. J moves one cell to the right. Is 4 greater than 5? No, nothing happens. J moves one cell to the right. Is 4 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So what is the value here? 1. This one will be added to the rest variable's value and it becomes 1. And this is the same logic that I explained moments ago. Alright, j moves back to its base position and I moves to the final cell. Over here you can see that 1 is not going to be greater than any of these values. So all these iterations are not going to yield any value that can be added to this rest variable. Alright, so now we will move to the right array and we are going to traverse it in the same way. Now both variables I and j are ready to move in the left direction. The value here for I is 4 and j represents 1. Is 4 greater than 1? Yes, it is. So what we are going to do, what the algorithm is going to do, it is going to add the value over here which j represents in the right array to this variable's value. So 0 over here will be added to 1. Since 1 has nothing on the right, hence it is not going to make any difference. I is going to move one cell to the left. J is already at its base position. Is 3 greater than 1? Yes, it is. But we have 0 over here. So 0 getting added to 1 is not going to make any difference. J moves one cell to the left. Here we have 4. Is 3 greater than 4? No. So nothing happens. Now I moves one cell to the left and j moves back to its base position. So is 5 greater than 1? Yes, it is. But over here we have 0, so it's not going to make any difference because there is nothing on the right hand side of 1. J moves one cell to the left. Here is 5 greater than 4. Yes, 5 is greater than 4. And what is the value over here in the right array? The value of the cell which the variable j represents. It's 1. So this means that on the right hand side of 4, there exists a rating that is less than 4. So by eyeballing, we can check that it is 1. So we have got another team that is satisfying our second condition. 5 is greater than 4 and 4 is greater than 1. So this value 1 will be added to the current value of the res variable. The current value is 1. 1 added with 1 is going to give us 2. So the res variable now has the value 2, and you can see that we have got 2 teams. Now j moves one cell to the left again. Is 5 greater than 3? Yes, it is greater than 3. So what is the value here in the cell of the right array that the variable j represents? It's 1. That means on the right hand side of 3 there exists a rating which is less than 3, and it is 1. So when we have got 3 and this cell tells us that there exists one more rating on the right hand side which is less than 3, so we have got our third team, which will be 5, 3 and 1. That means 5 greater than 3 and 3 is greater than 1. Value over here 1 will be added to the current value of the res variable. So 1 added to 2 is going to give me 3. The value of the res variable now becomes 3, and we have got 3 teams. J has completed all its iterations, so I moves one cell to the left and j goes back to its base position. I represents 2 and j represents 1. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes. So what is the value here? 0. So 0 added to 3 is not going to make any difference. J moves one cell to the left. Is 2 greater than 4? No. So this iteration will be skipped. J moves one cell to the left and we have 3 over here. So is 2 greater than 3? No. So nothing happens again. J moves one cell to the left. J represents 5. I represents 2. Is 2 greater than 5? No. So nothing happens now. The value of this variable res is going to give us our answer. The value is 3. That means there are 3 teams that can be created from our array of n soldiers, the ratings of which are these. With this, we have come to the end of this video. You will find the GitHub link in the description box of the Java solution of this problem if you want to check it out. And I hope you had a great time watching this video. Do like this video, do share it with your friends. I look so much forward to help you with programming and algorithms. And until the next video, goodbye.